Hey guys, Call Game Footage here, and I'm finally bringing you another tutorial. But this one is an After Effects tutorial. Well, really, it's After Effects, Cinema 4D, and Boujou because you're going to be using all three. So make sure you have those three before we get into this. Alright, so the tutorial is 3D motion tracking, and it's kind of hard, but if you have a basic understanding of After Effects, Boujou, and Cinema 4D, you should be fine, even if you're relatively new. So first thing you're going to want to do is go to your After Effects, and you're going to import your footage that you want to 3D motion track. So I already have everything done in After Effects, so I'll just import the file anyway. And then when you have your file here, you're going to right click it, interpret footage, main. You're going to conform the frame rate to 60. It's just easier this way, so Cinema 4D, After Effects, and Boujou all have the same understanding of a frame rate, because it could change. Like if it changes from 59.94 to 60 in anything, like Cinema 4D has something different than After Effects will, or Boujou will, then your whole track is going to be messed up. So once you've clipped it and everything, put it in the render queue and all that. And then the first thing you're going to want to do is click on where it says lossless, change the format to TIFF sequence, which is right down there, and then just hit OK. Now make sure your output is inside a folder, because if it's not, then there's just going to be a bunch of TIF files everywhere, and your whole computer is going to be just completely messed up. So make sure it's in a folder, and then render it, but don't quit out of After Effects yet. So I already have it rendered like that. So say I just rendered it, I'm back here, and then I imported my footage again. So this time we're going to change it from lossless. You don't really have to change it, but just this is my render settings. I just change it to PNG because it looks the nicest, least render time, and all that good stuff. And then you're going to save it as a movie in the same area I like. So that's pretty much all you're going to have to do in After Effects for this. So let's just quit out of that, or yeah, alright. Then once you have that, you're going to head right on over to Boujou. If you don't know what Boujou is, it's just a basic 3D motion tracking software. Costs a little bit of money, but there's always a way to get around that. Alright, so you're going to go to import, and you're going to import your TIFF sequence, not your movie file, but just your TIF sequence. So just click the first file, open. Now when you're importing here, you'll notice that the frame rate says 24, and you'll think that's not right, it's 60. So yeah, just change it to 60, hit apply, and then there's this bug in Boujou where it resets to 25 after you hit apply, and that will affect it. So hit back to 60, apply again, and then that should fix it. So the first thing you're going to do, you're just going to hit track features. Make sure you have all this. If you need to, go to advanced, make sure you have these red dots everywhere. And if you have those red dots, you know that you're fine. Your footage is able to be tracked. So just hit start here. And I will see you guys when this is done. Alright guys, we're back, and Boujou has successfully tracked our footage. And if you scrub through, you'll see these kind of red dots with yellow lines behind them. Oh crap, not this. And if you scrub through, you'll see that they're, pretty good motion track to the scene. Maybe if mine would stop freezing up because it has no RAM. Yep, that's what happens when you have a 3-year-old model. Anyway, you should be able to scrub through, and there should be some nice motion track red dots or pluses. So next thing you want to do, if your computer isn't frozen like mine, you're going to hit camera solve, and then you're just going to, hit optimize camera path smoothness, and you're going to hit start. Okay guys, we're back, and the thing has successfully camera solved. So now I can scrub through, and I'll see a bunch of yellow, blue dots, and they're all perfectly motion tracked because Boujou is just that amazing. Alright guys, now for the hard part. Scene geometry. Just a pain in the ass. So you're going to add a coordinate, Gonna change the type to, which one do we want to do? X, Y, or Z? Let's see. Y goes up, Z comes out. So let's do the Z axis. Okay, so what you're going to want to do here, you're going to want to pick the one that's, you know, most in line, but it has to be on this ground right here. Like, you can't pick one right there and there, for instance, and select them and connect them, because that will mess up your Z-axis, and when you import it to Cinema 4D, your text will be all over the place. So, looks like these two are going to be fine for me, and I'll just highlight both of them, holding Command, connect to selected, and then once you do that, you'll see two tracks connected on the Z-axis. So then, you're going to add another coordinate, yes, another coordinate, make this one, let's go with X-axis. So just like before, you're going to do the exact same thing. Try to get it as close as possible to an actual X-axis as you can. It's not too easy, but yeah, I think I'm going to go with these two right here. What do you know? That makes a nice little plus. Alright, connect to selected, and then you have this. The final one you're going to add, you have to have this, the origin. So, you only need one for this. You're just going to pick it anywhere in the center of your thing. And just for safe measures, I'm going to keep it on the ground right there. It's pretty centered. Connect to selected. Now you just hit update coordinate frame, and then hit it again, you know, just in case something bad goes wrong. And I like to hit it 3 times because 3 times is the charm. Alright, so once you've done that, add a test object. It's just this nice little ladybird, but, you know, I like an arrow better. Just kidding, I like a disc. Just kidding, I like a pyramid. Just kidding, I like a sphere. Just kidding, I like a cylinder. Just kidding, I like the blue one. So, close, and then, oh my gosh, what's this? You can move it, scale it, you can do pretty much anything with this thing. It's pretty dang cool. Good job, Boujou. Now, if you could only make the process of 3D motion tracking easy. So, as you can see, you can rotate it and all that stuff. And when you scrub through, well, would you look at that? It's perfectly motion tracked. That is just dang amazing. Great job. So, you're going to hit export, export camera solve. And since we're going into Cinema 4D, you make sure your export type is Cinema 4D. It's defaulted on After Effects, but I have mine defaulted on Cinema 4D. So just click that, browse, save where you want. I'm not saving. Well, actually, yeah, I have to save it. Okay. Anytime, buddy boy. So I'll just call this Terminal Cinematics Track. And then, so what you're going to want to do here, you're going to want to put the start index on 0 and scale it by 100. And then that's pretty much it, because you have to do that because Boujou messed up and they've told us to do this. I heard from another tutorial on YouTube somehow, and once you have that saved, you should, okay, Command H does not work with Boujou. Boujou is just a little bitch. So you go to where you saved it, which is in here, and you finally have your Cinema 4D file. But that's not it. There's a hard part that you have to do to fix everything. Because if you don't do this, your track will be all messed up. It'll be out of sync and everything. So you're going to want to right-click it, open with. Sorry, I think that you would do this with Notepad on Windows, but I'm not entirely sure. So on a Mac, you'd open with other, scroll down in your applications to text edit. So Windows users just use an app like that. Okay, so we're gonna, you know, mess around a little bit here. Don't get too freaked out when I say that though. So just hit Command F. You should get this finding bar. Then click replace. So the first item you're gonna find is parent item 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros, 1. And you're going to replace this with parent item, yeah, I can't type, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros, 2. Make sure you have replace all, and then that should be it. So the other thing that you're going to want to do is find the pi equation, but negative. So negative 3.14, and then look for this. Channel 2 should be negative 0 key, and channel 3 should be negative pi key. So what you're going to want to do, channel 2, you're going to want to delete the negative sign in front of the 0, copy all of these zeros, and then just paste it right here, and delete the negative sign also. So that's it for part 1 of this. We will come back and I will show you some, tips and tricks, Cinema 4D, 3D motion tracking. Alright guys, so I will see you there in part 2. Thanks for watching.